What is expected of you while you're serving a sentence on house arrest? In Indiana, if you're facing a criminal charge that results in either a guilty plea or a conviction, the judge does have the opportunity, if she gives you executed time, to allow you to serve that executed time on house arrest rather than sitting in jail. Now, it's still an executed sentence, but you get the benefit of not being in a jail cell. However, there are things while you are on house arrest that you are going to have to comply with, and these are very important. The number one thing is keeping in contact with your community corrections officer. When you're originally placed on house arrest or community corrections, you're going to be placed with a community corrections officer who's going to be overseeing you throughout your sentence on house arrest. Communication with this person is of the utmost importance. This is the person that's going to either allow you to leave the house to do things or not. The nicer you are to them, typically the nicer they're going to be to you, and they might be able to let you do a few more things that they otherwise would tell you no if you're kind of mean to them. For example, work. A lot of people ask, Zach, I'm on community corrections right now, but I have a job. Am I still going to be able to go to work? And the general answer is yes. All community corrections is really trying to know is they want to see a set schedule. So if you can provide a schedule of where you're working and where you're going to be and give them enough time in advance, they more than likely are going to approve you leaving the house so that you can go to work. Now, when people work jobs with multiple job locations or jobs where you might have to switch your schedule at the last second, a lot of times community corrections does not like that last second change. Now, the best thing that you can do is try to work with your employer to schedule these things as early in advance as you can. Now, I understand that's not always feasible, so there may be times where your boss asks you to take a different direction and your community correction officer is going to tell you no. You must listen to your community corrections officer. Even if they let you out to go to work, if you're not going to work in the place you said they were, they're going to be able to track you on the GPS device and see that you're not where you told them you were going to be, and that could lead to a community correction violation, which could result in you getting your entire community correction sentence served in jail rather than house arrest. Now, we have many videos that show community correction violations, what to expect, and how they can affect your case. But today, I'm focusing more on just what is expected. So aside from keeping in constant communication with your community corrections officer, you must also maintain good behavior. And that's a given. You cannot be picking up additional cases while you're out on house arrest. That's going to lead to a violation, and you're not going to be on house arrest for long. Some other things that you need to constantly keep your community corrections officer apprised of is if your phone number changes, if your email address changes. Basically, anything that changes in your life, you must let your community corrections officer know. Trust me, I know it's annoying to constantly be talking to them, but the nicer you are to them, the more that you stay in communication with them, the nicer your time on community corrections is going to be. And I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but it is true. The nicer you are to them, the more they're going to allow you to do well on community corrections. Such as, there's a family event coming up. You want to go see your children, but they don't live with you. The nicer you are to your community corrections officer, and the more that you can show them that you are following the rules and keeping them informed, the more likely it is that they're going to approve that you can go out to do that family function or go visit your kids. Whether you think so or not, community corrections or home detention is a gift. It's something that the judge does not have to do, but it's your one lifeline of staying out of jail. So it's very important to just do everything your community corrections officer says, have a good relationship with them, because it will benefit you in the long run. If you're facing any criminal charges or you're currently on house arrest and have questions, please give us at the Marc Lopez Law Firm a call, 317-632-3642, and always remember, plead the fifth.